Hello and welcome to episode 15, I believe, of my Cricket Captain 2020 save with Leicestershire. We've got two matches today. I'm coming back for these ones because I said I would, but we haven't had the greatest run since the last episode. So you saw these two defeats in the T20 Blast. We started the One Day Cup. First game against Yorkshire, Wesley 70, we only made 193. They chased it down fairly easily. Ratty 70 from him, not out. Thompson and Wharton contributing as well. Klein very good. Everyone else, no one bowled badly in that game, but we didn't have enough runs on the board. We then beat Warwickshire by 4 wickets. Short played very well at the start, as did Williams. Just very good as well. Bowling, a little bit expensive from one or two of them, but wickets shared around. And with the bat, we didn't start off particularly well. We lost regular wickets, but Marco Murray and Lewis Hill, fantastic partnership from them to see us home. Surprised we won that actually, chasing it down 49 overs. We then played Northants. We scored 261. Not a terrible effort. Cosgrove was good. Ackerman and Henry Child as well. 72, not out. He really went big at the end. Him and Parkinson had a partnership of about 70 odd. Child finished really well. I can't see that innings, obviously, but you will notice there he has made a Test debut. More on that in a minute. Bowling. Richard Levy's caused us problems in the past, and he did again here. Wright really struggled. Rhodes, best bowler in terms of economy rate. We could hardly control him. Rob Keogh 66, not out of 40 as well, to see him at home. We then played Durham, all out for 192. Cosgrove with 80. No one else really contributing. Ben White had outstanding figures for him. 194 for 3. We didn't bowl particularly well. Rhodes was alright again. Klein decent. Scott Steele 99. The best performer for them. We then played Worcestershire. We scored 276. Mark Cosgrove was brilliant. Huckabee very good as well, but after that, very little contributions from our lower order. We bowled him up for 211. Wickets for everyone. Callum Parkinson 5 for 38, which I believe were Leicestershire's best list day bowling figures of all time. So that's a nice record to have now. We won by 65 runs, and then we played Lancashire. Bowling wasn't great, for being honest. Wright did okay. Parkinson and Ackerman were decent. We had to make up the overs really with Wesley and Cosgrove. Rhodes very expensive, Klein expensive as well. Richard Lowther, massive, 167 not out. Stephen Croft 80 or 44 as well. Okay, another century for Cosgrove, 50 for Hill, but no one else hung around long enough to give us a chance. We fell a long way short, lost by 68 runs. So it's left us 8th in what's now become the North group. The groups have reset to North and South. Again, qualification very, very unlikely from this position. So it may have been worth coming back for some of the championship games. But we'll look at Child. He scored 48 off 40 on his Test debut. Only needed to bat once. Sam Carroll for 43 in the second innings. So he'll be back for this game, and he's probably going to come in for Huckabee. Yeah, that's a straight swap pretty much. Happy with that. Bowling needs work. I don't think we can justify continuing to pick Rhodes. We have had a few players missing. Hassan Azad, Tom Taylor, Gavin Griffiths are all playing in the 100 at the moment. We'll see how they get on as well. I'm gonna play. We can't really afford to weaken the batting too much. That's the only problem. Mark's in poor form. I'm going to go back to Will Davis, I think. We'll do that. Although pitch may spin, so we're going to give Jack Sheen another go. His first game of the season. Wasn't particularly impressive when he played last year. I think this is his final year in his contract. Yeah, so he needs to impress in his last 2 games. Should we give a debut to Chris Stokes? I mean, his second 11 averages really aren't that impressive, are they? 29, 24 and 9. So I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. We'll go with that. I mean, Cosgrove... Oh, fitness is an issue for him. Okay. While I remember, we don't have any physio, apparently. I mean, it makes sense, because we put all our budget on youth players and we got one terrible keeper from it, so that was definitely worth it. Yeah, we're just going to go with that. I mean, Cosgrove is not an opener, but current year average is 70, 200s I believe, 200s, 250, strike rate 96. Very happy with how he's done, so no reason to change anything there. Derbyshire side, Godderman scored runs against us. Batting slightly weak perhaps. You got Matt Critchley at 3, Finn Hudson-Prentice at 5, which is high for him. So that's maybe our best way of winning the game. We're batting first anyway. Slater and Cosgrove to open up again. We are on wickets only for this. This has been a fantastic start from Slater. Very nice indeed. Keep putting the aggression up. Slater's nearing 50. He has got it now. Excellent from him. Aggression up again. 20 overs in, 93 without loss. This is looking very good at the moment. Ben Slater, 86 off 90. He's unfortunately going to fall short of his 100, but 161 the opening partnership. A fantastic opening partnership. Wesley can afford to be positive at the very least. Cosgrove is approaching a potential 3rd 100 of the season for him. 207 for 1. We should easily get to 300 from here, you'd have thought. Wesley's gone for 20. The rate's slowing a little bit. Cosgrove's got to his 100 now. Final 10 overs will attack. Henry Child, fresh off the back of his first test call-up for England. He's now played in all formats. Marco Murray as well. A little bit inconsistent again. But we've made 300 and now we'll attack for the final 2 overs. We've got a good score there. 322. A score we'll hopefully be able to defend. Mark Cosgrove, I can't get over how good he's been in the One Day Cup. And to be fair, I'm a little bit disappointed in the T20, but he's only played 3 games in the Championship and he's done very well. Terrible last year. He may have done enough for us to keep him 1 more year, assuming he doesn't retire, obviously. So 323 for Derbyshire to win. They've got a pretty defensive opening pair, so hopefully we can keep the runs down early on, which we've been able to do. They now need 7 and over, and now we can hope the spinners can come on. Just do what they've done the majority of the tournament so far, just slow up the runs. It's been the odd game where Ackerman's been a little bit expensive, but we can go to Sheen. Decent start from him, although now he's leaking runs as well. A wicket would be nice from anyone, because otherwise they could chase us down if we don't start taking wickets. Godderman's got his 100. It's not the first time he scored runs against us in this save. Finally we break the partnership on 225. Yeah, it's another issue I have with this game. If you make a good score, the opposition batsmen seem to just be able to score at will throughout their innings. Which, I mean, they'd obviously be positive, but surely scoreboard pressure would eventually have an effect. We're just getting as many overs as we can out of Wesley, because Ackerman hasn't been great. Although I think he has taken all 3 wickets. Only bowler to take a wicket, so can't really complain too much. D to Klein. Hopefully we can finish strongly with the paces. Hudson Prentice gone, and this is where we can really take advantage with their slightly weak middle order. Ackerman's got his 4th wicket. He has been expensive, very expensive, but 4 wickets will certainly take that. The same goes as well. A little bit risky giving Ackerman another over. We're going to go back to Chris Wright, and it's going to have to be Sheen. 2 runs off the last over. They're going to do it. I mean, our bowling is a serious issue in limited overs. Well, in this mainly. Ackerman 4 for 81. Too expensive. No one else good enough really. Klein was okay. Sheen, I'm convinced by now he's not good enough. Bottom of the group, no chance of qualifying now. As I said, it would have made much more sense to just skip ahead and play the championship games. Oh well, we're here now. Child is back on international duty, so Huckabee can come back in. Bowling, I'm not convinced. I'm really not. Have a look at this year. Not even Parkinson hasn't been great. I mean, I guess this would be Sheen's final opportunity to prove to me that he's got some potential. If he doesn't perform, he's not getting a new contract. Simple as that. We've been put to bat. I won't complain too much about that. Probably would have batted first anyway. Rabada. I was going to say it looks like a weak batting lineup, but then I see Keiso Rabada. Liam Patterson-White hasn't played a lot. Jack Blatherwick again hasn't played much. Average is pretty poor. Rabada's outstanding, obviously. Luke Fletcher, not got a great average. Steve Street, 19-year-old regen, he's done okay. Yeah, keep the aggression relatively low for Rabada then. He's obviously the danger man, and he's going to get Slater's second ball anyway. Seems like it doesn't really matter what I do. He can attack Fletcher, but Wesley's going to get out. Not a very good start, is it? It's really not. May as well just keep the aggression at this until they're a bit more settled. Decent partnership here though. Cosgrove again is looking like he could be about to put on a good score. Ackerman's done well, which he hasn't done consistently in any format this year, to be fair. Cosgrove approaching 50, and he's got there once again. Huckabee goes for 11. Marco Murray can hopefully get us up to a good score, but Cosgrove goes. No, Murray's gone, and we're just going to collapse from it. Our tail starts at number 6, pretty much, with the way Murray's played at times this year. Very inconsistent. He's been brilliant sometimes, and then other times he's been about as useful as, I don't know, something very non-useful. Hill goes for 27. We're all out for 200. Poor again. Poor start, and we never really recovered. Cosgrove and Ackerman both good. Everyone else not good enough. Patterson-White, Rabada, 3 wickets each for them. 201 to win. Hamid opening with Mike West, who another player that scored runs against us previously. We'll go to Parkinson in the power play. Look at them, they're just... I don't see what I can do, to be honest. Jack Sheen's going to get his first wicket of the season here. It's actually been a fairly good start from him. It's not going to be enough to probably convince me he needs a new contract though. Chris Wright gets West for 78. I mean, we're obviously going to lose. They need less than 2 and over. So Sheen's bowled a decent spell, to be fair to him. Again, I still don't think I'm going to renew his contract. We do need a better spinner, probably. We haven't got to rely on Ackerman, who hasn't been terrible, to be fair to him. He's done a relatively decent job, considering he's mainly a batsman. But we fall to a very heavy defeat. I mean, Parkinson, look at that, 10 and over. We lose by 7 wickets, finish bottom of the group again, I believe. Yep, again, limited overs. We did okay in the T20 Blast, probably should have qualified from the start we had. But one day is really not the priority at this stage. Missing some of our best bowlers, Taylor and Griffiths unavailable for the whole tournament. So that was definitely our weakness. But we're focusing on the championship. What I might do, we haven't played, this episode's only gone for 16 minutes. I might play this next championship game, because it could be the game we potentially, at the very least, seal promotion. Potentially win the second division. So Sim forward, Child is still with England. Griffiths, Taylor and Azad have all returned. So we can have a quick look at the 100. It was won by the London Spirit. Don't think any of ours were playing for them. We can have a look, see how they did. We've got team details, T20. That's the English 20 over. Okay. Last competition. That's still the. Was that? That's last year's Blast. I wanted the 100. Well, if you just find who was in it, so Hassan Azad. I don't think you played. There must be a way we can. Actually, I know. I think. If we click on the team, so I know we had. I think Taylor played for the Southern Brave. So now if I go T20. Oh, brilliant. What's the point in that then? Because that's not the 100. I just want to see how our players did. See, I can't tell if this is them playing in the 100 or not. It should be here as an option, I thought. I mean, I guess we can. If we look at the season, Taylor's not any of them, so I guess we could kind of draw from that. He didn't play. I think Griffiths was with the Superchargers. Well, he looks to be in their strongest team. So again, I don't know what these are, but they're decent figures if he did play. Can we go current comp? I really don't know why we can't see their stats. But I'll be able to at the end of the season when I want to see just the T20 stats, but there we are. We'll see how Child's done as well in these last few tests. This one's 64, good from him. 24 not out. He's had a pretty good start to his test career then. Third test, 12 and 18. So it's not disastrous by any means. Back to our first class team. Cosgrove's going to come in. He'll bat at 4. At least we've got Azad back and our 2 best pace bowlers. Day 4. A lot of rain it looks like, so hopefully it won't get to that stage. Alright, let's go for it then. Could be the day we win the league. albeit it's only Division 2, but still an achievement with Leicestershire, let's be honest, only in Season 2. Okay, bowling first then. We'll go wickets only, and a good start. Ben Duckett goes. Hopefully we can get more early wickets. Tom Abel, I mean, both scoring quickly here. They're scoring nearly a run a ball. Dickens is going to go for 18. Joe Clark as well. Good player. Tom Taylor coming to the attack along with Callum Parkinson. Parkinson wasn't at his best in the One Day Cup, but I'm sure he'll return to his best form in the Championship again. Taylor's going to get another wicket here. In fact, it's going to be a run out. It's going to be Hasib Hamid gone for 1. Angus Robson now, formerly of Leicestershire, of course. I'm sure he'll be hoping to play well. Klein can come back, gets a wicket in his first over back. Excellent from him. Making the most of the cloud that's come over after they chose to bat first. Scored quickly in that session though. Slight cause for concern maybe. Mulaney's going to go here. Tom Moore's in at number 8. Pretty low for him. Robson goes for 46, and hopefully we can finish it off now. Rabada coming in. Rain stop play. I don't think we're expecting rain on day 1. Klein gets his fifer. He's done well recently actually, Dieter Klein. His last first class innings he took 6 for, and he's got 5 already here. So that's nice to see. He's going to get another 6 for it. Can he get 7 maybe? Bowling to Jake Ball. Can we keep him below 200? I'd like to think we can. Bring back Taylor. Parkinson. Can't we keep him below 200? 199 for 9 at T. We don't. I mean, it's hardly a disaster. Partnership is getting a little bit annoying now. We'll bring back Dieter Klein. Hopefully you can just finish it off. God, this partnership's annoying me. Ackerman. I bet this is Jake Ball's highest first class score. 49. He's getting towards it. Griffiths finally ends the partnership. That was frustrating. How many was that? More than 100 they put on. So annoyingly, we definitely could have bowled him out for, well, less than 200, as I said. 307 all out. It's not ideal for the position we were in, but we got nice weather, so we're definitely going to be looking to make the most of that. Slater's going to go here for 9. But Wesley and Azad, probably our best 2 batsmen. Certainly in the Championship this season. Wesley is going to go for 12, but Azad playing nicely again. Cosgrove very nice as well. Scoring quickly. Keep the aggression up. Cosgrove also passes 50. He's going to go now, bowled by Jake Ball. He's having a handy game, isn't he, Ball? Azad can keep going now. Ackerman joining him as well. Making inroads on their total. Ackerman goes as soon as I put his aggression up. Marco Murray, he's going to go first ball. I haven't been too impressed with him. I averaged 46. It doesn't feel like that though. It feels like he's either very good or very bad. T20 Blast, we'll probably look to keep him again. Just as a T20 overseas, but I'm sure there are probably better options for a main overseas player for next year. If we have the budget to afford one. I mean, our priority is definitely strengthening our bowling. And 1 or 2 batsmen if we can. We're slowly crumbling here though. It's looking like we're going to concede a first innings lead. This could be our first defeat of the season, you know, because if they score too well, we are going to survive to the end of day 2. Batting on day 4 is not going to be very fun. So that partnership was important. Griffiths hung around for more than an hour. Hill got to 46 in the end. Partnership 40 odd, not as good as their final partnership. But very valuable nonetheless. Only lead by 19. Early wickets are going to help, of course. Griffiths gets Tom Abel. And Klein's going to get Ben Duckett again. Dieter Klein does seem to have got Duckett out a lot in this save. He's making him his bunny. Things you love to see. Parkinson can come in then. Lead by 77 at lunch on day 3. Now it's cloudy again, so we need to really make the most of this session. I'm going to bring back Dieter Klein, replacing the spinner, just with this cloud cover. Try and make the most of it with the ball swinging a bit more. Griffiths, Klein's going to get Robson as well. Good position so far. Excellent, we get Hamid. Now if we can finish this off quickly, we can hopefully just have a decent session here, and then it shouldn't be too much of an issue on day 4. We do need to bowl them out though, of course. Tom Taylor can come back. Hasn't quite been as good as he was last year, unfortunately. It's T, and now the lead's nearly at 200. So our plan, unfortunately, doesn't seem as though it's going to work as preferred. This is a really good partnership. Need to do something. Parkinson's hardly bowled. Go to Ackerman as well. He's going to get Mulaney here, but the lead may be too big by now. I guess we can just hope for rain, which it may well do on day 4. I can't see us chasing this though. If we have more time than just a day maybe, but with conditions the way they are, going into the final day, a win is not looking too likely. Batting very difficult as well. From now onwards, Parkinson's going to finish it off here. Jake Ball goes for 6. They lead by 289. Yeah, it's going to take a pretty good effort. And another 50 for Henry Child. Decent start to his Test career. Then averaging 43 after 4 games. Not terrible by any means. Yeah, we're just literally going to shut up shop from ball 1. I just hope it rains. It's not going to rain. Brilliant. Hopefully it will at some point. Doing rain dances overnight. There we are. It's the majority of the first session gone. And all of the middle session gone. And a fair chunk of the final session as well. So we should just be able to bat normally and survive this. But to be honest, I'm not even going to take the risk. Let's just defend. We're not going to win it. Let's just do everything we can to avoid losing. Surely not. 17 overs left. They need 6 wickets. Here we are. Murray is fighting against his aggressive urges. Wesley's going to go. But we should be alright, and we are. Match drawn. Now, that leaves us on 205. So, I mean, Glamorgan would have to win their next 3. I think we've pretty much guaranteed promotion at the very least. And one more win, I'd say, would be enough to pretty safely say that we've won Division 2. So next episode, I think we may as well. We'll play these two games then, and if it gets to the point where this game's going to have an impact, we'll play that one as well. But yeah, we should have won it by then, and then we can enjoy ourselves in the last game. But that will be coming to you very shortly. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all soon.